Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If you like the content here, hit subscribe. If you want to join the UVH fan, hit the links in the description to our Discord and our free options trading group on Facebook. And if you're here right now, say what up. I'm talking so slow right now. We're just getting it going here. S&P's up 17, Dow's up 131, Nasdaq up 59, which is pretty interesting. Keith, Jeff, what is going on? Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are who here is clocking in a super Monday, or are they going to be going to work today? Yo, Mason, what's going on? You know, they said that we should make it a. They've been fighting for. And when I mean they, I mean people who party on the Super Bowl have been fighting for making the day after a holiday, making it Super Monday, take off. But I don't really know what that says about us as a person or a country if we take the day off after Super Bowl. You know, personally, I want to go get it. Yo, Edwin, what's going on? So we have a pretty I would say interesting long week ahead of us right now. Let's first start off with I'm here hoping. Hope is not a strategy. Let's do it. All right. China's foreign minister accused the U.S. of setting a very bad example when it comes to tackling the fast-spreading coronavirus outbreak, saying President Trump's administration is spreading fear instead of providing much-needed assistance. China's National Health Commission earlier confirmed 17,000 cases now and 361 deaths. So, you know, it's still going up. The death count, the case count, still going up. Not contained. In the U.S., it seems to be contained, but literally have them in my backyard right now. So, one thing that we'll be watching out for right now is Apple cut iPhone shipment forecast by 10% due to the coronavirus. They did close their stores in China. Let's see, where is that at? It says our latest survey indicates that the iPhone supply is being affected by the coronavirus, and therefore we cut the iPhone shipment forecast by 10% to 36 to 40 million units in first quarter of 2020. Apple no longer discloses how many iPhones it ships each quarter, but Kuo estimates Apple shipped about 38 million during the first quarter of last year. If you're here right now, say what up. What up? So I know that Apple closed their stores there in China. So, we'll see what happens. I think you got to be careful about trading anything that is impacted by China too much right now. Everything, the unknown is what is going to be the scary part. I mean, anything can happen. I'm sure this could blow over. Everyone's going to be fine, kind of like SARS. Eventually, that kind of just went away. But we don't know. Right now, all we know is the people getting infected is increasing, death count's increasing. So we don't really know what's going on. David, what's going on? Also, we have Iowa caucuses today. They're saying if Bernie Sanders wins Iowa, he's going to start spooking the market. Now, we know what it says here on the headlines, but we don't really know what's going to happen. Obviously, the CNBC was long predicting that if Trump won, the market would tank, and if Hillary won, the market would go up. And then that's how it acted all like 2016 when the polls showed Hillary pulling ahead, the markets would go up. When the polls showed that Trump was moving ahead, the market would go down. And then when he became president, the reverse happened. So, at the end of the day, nobody knows what's going to happen. All we know is the numbers on the screen, price action. Just take it easy. But, I don't know. I think that because the market has been doing well, any Democrat is going to have a run for their money. It doesn't matter if it's Bernie or anybody else, but people we'll vote for the person that brought their 401k up 30-40%. It's about the money. Always is about the money. Not to get political, but that's the way I see it. So, not sure. Shanghai still has not recovered. They're currently still down 7%. They were down 9% on the day at one point. But so I think that this type of volatility that has re-entered the market, we potentially, due to the elections, due to the coronavirus, we might be seeing quite a bit of volatility all 2020, which is going to be good. This market's going to feel the burn. Oh man, that's funny. So I don't know. Right now, I don't know who's going to win. Right now, I don't really care. All I care is about making sure that I can trade appropriately, setting the appropriate amount of risk, not getting too crazy, and just because you can't trade on pipe dreams. Like if you really want Bernie to win, you can't trade like Bernie's going to win. If you really want Trump to win, you can't trade like Trump's going to win. If you believe that the coronavirus is going to be ending tomorrow, you can't just like go all in and be like, all right, I'm going to load up and just do whatever I want to do. You know what I mean? Yo, Rob, what's up? What's up? So we have quite a few reports coming out this week: manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing index, and construction spending coming out today, along with motor vehicle sales. So that's going to be interesting. This morning, I don't believe they have come out yet, so we have 45 minutes until the manufacturing PMI comes out, and the rest come after that. So, and then we also have the non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, average hourly for January on Friday. So we're going to get those January numbers. So, we got a lot of jobs reports. We have a lot of things going on outside of the coronavirus. So, Andrew, what's going on? Good morning. Hope you guys are feeling good. Today, interesting fact, is going to be the only second sunny day in Chicago in 2020. Today, it appears to be sunny. That's what the forecast is. The second sunny day in 2020. We're currently 30. How many days are we in? We're currently 34 days in. Aaron. So, if you're in Chicago, if you're in the Chicago area, take your vitamin D supplements. I have been making a difference because you walk around like a zombie, not getting that vitamin D. We all need that D. You know what I mean? Lucas, what's going on? Aaron, yesterday was our second in Michigan. See? What do you use to track that? Rob, you don't need anything to track how many days have been sunny in Chicago. If you live here, you don't need. There's the math is simple. All right, Disney. Yeah, we're gonna get to Disney here. Trevor, what's up? All right, earnings calendar. I'm looking at Iron Condor on Google, and I'm looking at Disney as well today. So let's get into that right now. So Google after market close today. Always remember, easy winter is good for the economy. I didn't know that. It's good to know. Because last winter almost broke me. We went down to -60 here in Chicago, and it was the worst winter of my life. I was literally contemplating leaving. So Google, I'm looking at some potential Iron Condor on Google right now. Its expected move is 82.92 for next week. So I might be going into next week exploration. We'll see. Since we have so many days left this week, 4 days, I might go into this week's and see what happens. Worst case, if I have to play some defense, I can roll into next week. So I'm looking at an Iron Condor on that. So with an expected move of 82, we're looking around the 1350 area on the downside, which I like. So I like that this area of support here. I might do some under it, and then if on the high side up above 1500. So or I might just sell some puts. I don't know. However, I'm a little bit worried about Google. So Google, the reason why I'm worried about Google is because they made a lot of changes to their advertising practices. As you guys know, that I had to do it here on YouTube. You have to now claim if your videos are made for kids or not made for kids. And I think it's good. I think it's safe. We want to keep the kids safe. I have no problems against that. But for people that make YouTube videos for kids and YouTube videos for kids, advertising is pretty much non-existent right now. Basically, they can't advertise. The government cracked down, and so I don't know how much. I know that like the highest earning YouTuber is like a 8-year-old kid made like $20 million in a year. So tells me that kids watching YouTube videos is a pretty big percentage. But now I don't know what that means in terms of everybody else, in terms of revenue, and does that get shifted somewhere else? Do they just lose that money in terms of advertising? I don't know. So Google, that's the only thing that is complicated for me mentally is figuring out how much money they're going to lose off that, and if they're going to balance that out in any way. Which I'm assuming they're a Google, big company, they're going to figure it out. But the first quarter may be a little rocky, just so you know. They may bring that up in the earnings call that, hey guys, we were targeting kids, and I know it wasn't right, but now we don't make any money from it. Why do I live where the air hurts my face? Disney. So yeah, Disney. So Disney was interesting. So I had the 140 calls. What is it up to now? Man, I probably shouldn't have sold it, but I was a little bit worried about holding over the weekend because the weekend prior we had such a big drop. We had such bad news over the weekend. Then Monday we came in, we were down 400 on the Dow. I was thinking that maybe if we get a dip I can rebuy, but that is not the case. I secured the profits, made 60%, even though Disney literally didn't go anywhere on Friday. We had a nice implied volatility uptick here to the upside. So I'm going to be looking at, depending on what the pricing is here, I'm going to see what the pricing is, but probably going over for February 14th, maybe this week. We'll see. I usually don't ever buy premium for earnings. IV on these weeklies are a little bit low, so that's good. So we're at 43%, 59%. Maybe I'll go down to the 36% to purchase some. But Disney, I think that they're going to blow out the Disney Plus numbers, so I'm going to try to get on the right side of that. The only concern that they probably are going to bring up is the Shanghai Disney closure. So right now there's let's just call it $8 expected move right now. So this could come up to like, let's say 145, 147 area expectedly. If it goes beyond the expected move, I do think that it could go 150, 155, but it really depends on how good that is. But because we're on the low end of the range here, I definitely think that calls are in order. So that's just me. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about Disney? You guys think they're going to smash earnings? You think Disney Plus is going to be huge? You think that there's going to be some factors for the Shanghai Disney and what they do in China? Luckily, they don't do a whole lot in China other than Shanghai Disney, but that's getting, hanging out down by Lansing. Nice. Michigan. Nike is estimated to report earnings on 3/19. Nike got upgrades. Looks cheap right now. Yeah. However, Nike is heavily impacted by what happens in China. Nike, the reason why the stock went up is because what they've done in China over the last year. Now, if that doesn't happen, yeah, maybe I'll do debit spread, Joshua. Maybe I'll do debit spread instead of calls. I made money on calls. I made money on the call side on Friday. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go debit spread. Debit spread on Disney. The reason why they're going down so much is because what's happening right now in China is going to impact their sales. Any stock that is using China for growth right now is going to be in trouble. If you made money on it, why not stay out? I don't know. Disney has been disappointing. Yeah, I might just do a debit spread. Low risk, low risk. I'm probably looking at $100 in risk. Just take it slow. I'm not going to be trading. I'm not going to be trading too much this week, mainly due to. I mean, I'll probably do some day trades. I'll probably be trading the S&P futures. Probably just trying to take it easy. I do think that I want to trade. So I want to trade Google. I want to trade Disney. I'm not really interested in Snap. I want to trade probably Twitter and maybe Wynn Resorts. Now, Wynn Resorts I think is going to go down due to the gambling in China. It's going to be down. Baidu is probably going to be down. We'll see what happens. But I'm just gonna take it easy, slow. I mean, I might just do like 1 trade a day, 2 trades a day at the most. You know, I'm not gonna try to overcommit because I mean this market's crazy. Because if you guys remember last week, Monday we cared about coronavirus. Tuesday, Wednesday, market rebounded. We didn't really care. Let's take a look. You know, Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday didn't care. We were basically, you know, we dipped down but came back. We went from red on Thursday to green, and then Friday with the dagger. So now we're bouncing back. So we have, you know, kind of straight with this, but this is kind of descending. So if it can't get back up to 3,300, we're going to be in trouble here. We're gonna be in trouble. Yeah, Boris, I'm pretty bearish on Twitter as well. You know, they're Twitter is in trouble. And also Twitter's not allowing for political ads on their platform in 2020. So all that money is going to go into Facebook. So just be aware of that. If you guys can do me the favor, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. What's going on, Eric? So it's gonna be interesting. Let's see where Facebook's at this morning, because Facebook took quite a dip. So it's only bounced up almost $2, but pretty bad. Pretty bad after earnings. Tried to climb up and then got slaughtered on Friday. I mean, anything got slaughtered. I mean, I don't think I'm going to trade Apple, mainly due to, you know, the kind of run it has. I mean, maybe I might short it for the short term, but we want to be careful here. I would. It's tough. Apple's tough. Was at 305 right now. So if it could break 304 area. You know, the one thing that I do want to avoid is getting too aggressive when there's signs of weakness. So when there's a sign of weakness like this, what happens is people start loading up short. And this is a very big red candle. But when there was like a weakness, we had a gap down from like 266 down to 255. People started shorting that because we had a massive run from 220 up to 267, 270 area, right? People start shorting, and then that's what leads to these big squeezes. So when we have these drops, I don't want to be the person that gets squeezed out on, you know, the market melting up and moving back up. Because, I mean, there's probably a lot of people. I mean, the market's green right now. I mean, there are some stocks that are red, of course, but the overall market is green right now. They're probably like, man, we had 660 down on the Dow. I'm going to load up short, keep it holding over the weekend. We're not going to have any good news. And now we're up, you know. So, you know, we have a ways to go before we can get back to where we were, right? Because I was saying like 3,300 on the S&Ps was back to where we were. Push that back up, we'll start squeezing. And I bet there's a lot of stops at 3,300 as well in terms of bears. I bet. So I bet there's a lot of stops at 3,300. So that could get squeezy. So you just want to be careful. I mean, this trend is still in our favor. I know we're kind of leaning toward downtrend right now, but you want to be careful. You don't want to just keep loading up short, because you're going to get squeezed out and you're going to lose your profits. The thing is, we trade a lot. The thing is, we want to keep our profits. We make money. There's no point in making money to lose it, making money to lose it, making money to lose it. In some weeks, you know, you come out, your P&L comes out flat, right? And that's just kind of happens. Like it happened to me last week, the week before. Actually, last week was pretty good. The week before was just kind of, I was just chilling, and that's just happens. It's better than losing. But you know, if you're gonna put all that time and energy into something, you want to make money, right? You don't want to just come out break even and do all that work and come out break even. You want to make money. So GB, yeah, of course. If you're here right now, say what's going on. Do me a favor, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. What do I think of Facebook, Trevor? So Facebook, I think Facebook's in trouble though. I think they might come back down to 180. Honestly, that earnings report was pretty bad. Andres, the problem with Facebook. So I do think that spill coffee on my desk here. So Facebook, I mean, they know how to make money. They have enough money in the bank, but the problem is they're not doing anything with their platform. I mean, I'm not saying 180 like tomorrow, but I do think it's going to come down to probably 185, 190 in the short term. Had a massive run. The market was just running, but it didn't really take off that much. I mean, it went up pretty high, but in my opinion, we'll see. Hope I'm wrong for your case. Yeah, Andres, I'm going to do Iron Condor, I think. I'll show you guys after market close what I'm going to be doing on. So I will be going live after market close. We'll be going over Google's earnings, and I will show my play and if I make money or if I get wrecked. We did good last week on Amazon. Sold a bunch of puts in Amazon, so not a bunch. We just sold 2. So, but we had 100%. We had almost 100% winner max profit on that bad boy. So can't hate. When I trade earnings, when I trade earnings, people like to go huge, gamble, and do all that stuff. When I trade earnings, I don't really risk more than $200, because you don't know what's in the report, you don't know what's going on, but you want to. The problem that most of us have an issue with is letting the opportunity go by, and also not capturing that high IV, right? And for premium selling, I mean, we want to. It's rare that implied volatility goes that high unless there's an event like earnings. So, and since IV has been relatively low, we want to take advantage of that, and it worked out great on Amazon. We'll see what happens. I've been doing pretty well on the Iron Condors. I've been very selective though. Last week I didn't trade barely any earnings. I only traded Amazon. And this week I'm only going to be trading probably Google, Disney, maybe Win, maybe Twitter. We'll see. I think there's some better opportunities this week for earnings. Think about picking up the standard range Tesla. Yeah, I would definitely buy we talked about this on Friday. I would definitely buy a Tesla, but I'm actually looking for a car right now. It's just they're just too small for a family. You guys see the Hummer EV? Let's see if I can pull it up here. Is it here? Where are you? So they have the. Here we go. You guys see the commercial yesterday on the Super Bowl for the Hummer EV. Guess it's going to be kind of like the Cybertruck competitor. I think it does look pretty nice. It's going to have 1,000 horsepower. I mean, it's just crazy. They didn't really reveal much about it during the Super Bowl, but I've seen some things. It's supposed to. Let's see here. 0-60 in 3 seconds, 1,000 horsepower, and 11,500 feet of axle torque. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know we don't know how much it's going to be. We don't know who they're marketing it towards, but obviously this is trying to compete with the Cybertruck, and I think the Cybertruck, I mean, is the. Let's see here. So let's see here. Cybertruck. Let me see. So Cybertruck starting rear wheel drive 39,000, 49. I don't know. I don't know anybody that would buy us. Do you guys think anyone would buy a rear wheel drive Cybertruck? I mean, I would think that most people would go for at least the dual motor, all wheel drive. You know, it's gonna be about 50K, and then if you want the self driving, it's gonna be another 7 grand on top of that. So, you know, it's a bit much, but the I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I think that this truck is kind of going to be probably the most durable. Probably going to be. I mean, probably insane if they fix the window smashing thing. You know, all that stuff, which they will. But do you see these like on construction sites and stuff? You know, the 50-year-old, 60-year-old men working construction. You think they're going to buy these? I think they would buy this if they wanted a EV, but I don't think a lot of them really care about. I don't think a lot of them really care about emissions, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't think people working in construction really care about emissions, but I could be wrong. Let me know if you guys work construction. I know a lot of traders actually work construction. There's a lot of people in our group that work construction, just which maybe because you guys get, I don't know, is it the different because I know people that work construction in Chicago area, they get a lot of time off, especially in the winter, so maybe that's the case. I don't know. What's it like 1 mile per yeah, seriously, it's gonna be, your ComEd bill or whatever, your electric bill is gonna go through the roof to power this thing. You know? Yeah, I think Apple. Now that I think about it, I think Apple's going to be coming down a little bit more. Let's see where Tesla. I think it's up this morning again. Tesla's at 674 right now. Hit 679. So I mean, I think that Tesla's going to squeeze up to 1,000. The more people short it, the more fuel it gets. You know. And Amazon. Let's see what Amazon's doing this morning. Amazon's relatively flat, but it's up. It's up $8. It just looks flat. $8, not bad. Hummers or GM? Yeah, Hummers or GM. So the one thing that I will say, probably the best thing that Tesla did was make their competitors. Oh, you guys see the commercial for the EV Porsche? They had that as well. So I think the one thing that Tesla did, whether people agree with him or not, he put these companies on watch. You know, GM, Porsche, Mercedes, BMW. They're all coming out with Tesla competitors because there's like, oh, we don't want all our luxury customers to spend $100,000 at Tesla. We want them to spend $100,000 with us or $80,000. Why do we want them to go over there? But Tesla now is becoming like, you know, the Apple of the car world, where people want to own it for it being a Tesla, for it being the best, for it being in. That's the thing that you know, when you think about, let's say, like Apple and Microsoft, when Apple was pushing out the iPod and Microsoft was pushing out the Zune, you know, when you were at school and when you wherever you were, you know, you wanted to have an iPod. You didn't want to be the kid that whipped out a Microsoft Zune. You know what I mean? You know, it's kind of like what they say now. Like if you're like, I'm not in this world, but I'm married. If you're in the dating world and the girl texts you and you have the little green bubbles and you have an Android, they're saying that impacts your dating life because the girl will think less of you because you have an Android phone, because she's going to think that you have less money. She's going to think that because you have an Android, you're maybe more challenged. I don't know, but financially challenged, that is. Versus if you have an iPhone, because you have an Apple product, those seem to be more luxury, more higher end. So I don't know. I don't think there's an actual study on it, but those are some articles that came out on on some psychology. Porsche dirt cheap right now. I might cave and get some NIO too. Yeah, NIO. All right, market just open. SPY's down a little bit, but we're relatively flat right now at the open. up 0.5% on SPY. Disney's up. Let me check those premiums on. Let me check the premiums. I sold Disney last week. What did I sell Disney for, those 140s? So I sold the 140s for 340 for next week. Oh, they're only up to 3. Oh, these, I don't think these are open yet. I sold them for 340 last week. And there we go. Now they're at like 430, give or take here. Yeah, Disney's at 140. So it's gonna be a crazy day. We want to take it easy. Be careful. Yeah, Disney's popping up. Guess I should have kept it, but it was too much risk. Not worth. It wasn't worth the risk. We'll see if we can get a dip. Yeah, these are up. These are up about $100 more now, which is good. Probably gonna come up to 145, I bet. Let's see if we can. So, we'll see what happens. You guys all have a great day. See you in the Discord. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.